First of all, guys, a happy new year. My best wishes go out to every single one of you. Let's simply work together to make 2021 better, more fun and safer than the last year, which shouldn't be that hard in my opinion. But hey, at Stuttgart we have had some unexpected transfer shenanigans going on, and today we will play our first game against Augsburg in season number 2. Hey guys, my name is Jochen aka Leyodemus and welcome to part 11 of Stuttgart über alles. In this FM21 series I try and transform VFB Stuttgart in Germany from a newly promoted Bundesliga club into a European giant. If you are enjoying the series so far, feel free to show me some support by liking the videos and by subscribing to my channel. Whack on the notification button so we can keep doing this thing together. Well, we have played through preseason and it went pretty okay, to be honest. We won 4-2 against Freiberg, we lost against Basel, and then we drew at home against Beerschot, who are a pretty mediocre team from Belgium. That for me was the cue to go back into my new tactic that I showed you in the last episode and basically completely redo everything. So I had a new analysis of the players at my team, the players that I brought in and also the players that were already here. And I tried to create a new system, a new tactic if you will, around just that. We will get to that when we start the game against Augsburg, but just know that the new tactic might seem pretty familiar. After the change of tactic though, we won 10-0 against Trier, who are also a non-league team, so good on us. I think we were 6-0 up after 20 minutes or something. I had never seen that before. It was awesome. But then I think the most important game of the whole preseason, we have beaten Atletico Madrid 2-1. What the hell is this? Let's try it again. Wow, okay, so this has completely been reset. Let's just go to match stats bars. There we go. And we were in fact the better team, guys. I mean, how awesome is that? Atletico Madrid, and let's get their formation up here. I mean, look at this. It's a pretty decent, it's a more than decent squad. And still, we were the better team. How about that? After that, we also kicked out Staaken out of the first round in the cup. We went there and we beat them 6-1, and we won our last friendly game 2-0 once again against Freiberg, because I really wanted to play the same club again as we did in the very first game, just to see if our tactical system did something. Well, it's basically the same result. The only thing is that we now didn't concede 2 goals against a non-league club, which was basically the problem with that first tactic. And today, of course, we will play our first game in the Bundesliga against Augsburg. And also a little gift for my good friend Demand More FM. We are playing Aberdeen. If I'm not mistaken, he is actually living there. So don't mind if I show you that away game in the next episode. But of course, first, let's go over the diva behavior and some transfers. Diva number 1, Pablo Maffeo. I think he was back from loan 1 whole week. Preseason had just started. We finally had him back at our disposal because he is, if you stats wise and attributes wise, he is the best wingback we had at the club, on the right side of the pitch, I mean. After a couple of days in preseason, Mr. Maffeo just simply said, you know what, man, I want to move to a bigger club. And that's that. And I tried everything. I even tried giving him a new contract, which highly overpaid him. He simply said no. He simply said, I want to leave. There's nothing you can do. He even started to take some players with him in his negativity. So, of course, I had enough pretty quickly. So I decided to let him go. And we have sold him to Atalanta in Italy for £8 million, which is the exact same amount of money as where Stuttgart bought him for. So Maffeo is gone. Diva number 2, Gregor Kobel, who was our best goalkeeper and the goalkeeper of the year in the Bundesliga of our first season. I know that. He kind of started off gently by saying like, you know what, Mr. Manager, I think I deserve a new contract because I got better in the last couple of years. And I absolutely agreed with that. So we started contract negotiations. But his agent, I think the first offer they did was £200,000 a month, which I think is simply too much. I mean, he's a good goalkeeper, but he's not a world-class goalkeeper. So I'm not paying him £200,000 a month. And as you can see, spoiler, he is now at Freiburg. He is being paid not even £100,000. So they offered, or they wanted 200,000 a month. My counter offer, which I thought was already quite high, was I think 120 a month. And they simply slammed the door even. They left the meeting. They were insulted, him and his agent. And that was that. There was nothing I could do. I retried a couple of times because I really didn't want to lose him, because actually I wanted to make him my captain. Can you imagine that? I know. So I didn't want to lose him, but I had no choice. Like Maffeo, he started to drag some teammates in that negativity. And I had no choice but to transfer list him. So he went to Freiburg for £3.5 million. At least we had that, because I don't know, man. I can even live with the whole Maffeo thing, because I didn't really have a bond with him because he never played. He was loaned out when I got at the club. But Kobel, I think it is really sad how things ended, but nonetheless, he is no longer a Stuttgart player. Now, while those two divas left the club by now, we have two more who are still at the club. We have Mr. Roberto Massimo, our right wing back. I like him. I really loved him last season because Stanzel also got injured and we didn't have Maffeo. So he played a lot of games. I'm not saying he did great, but I mean, I liked his playing style. I'm not gonna lie, and he's only 20 years old. He also started to want a new contract, which I get because his contract is due to run out next summer, and he is only making almost 18k a month. But it was the same story as Kobel. His agent wanted way too much money for this guy. He wanted to be an important player at the club, which I can't give him because he is simply not good enough yet to do that, or to have that role at the club. And that is where we kind of are now. He has asked to leave. He is injured also. I don't know for how long, for 3 weeks. He did ask to leave. He also still wants a new contract, but of course, if I try to offer him one, they immediately back up and whatever. So we're not getting anywhere. Let me put it like that. I think I'm gonna simply transfer list him. He isn't valued that high because, of course, there's less than a year left on his contract. But probably Massimo is also going to be leaving the club. At least I'm going to load him out. That's probably the best case scenario. And diva number 2 still here, Mr. Fabian Bredlow. Who, you might ask? I know, he is our backup keeper. Now, when I sold Kobel, of course, Mr. Bredlow probably thought, whoa, this is my chance. They are selling the first choice goalkeeper. I am the backup. Do the math. Of course, I think he is not good enough to be our starting goalkeeper, so I signed someone else. And he started to get mad. He's going like, hey, did you sign that keeper to replace me? Well, not to replace you, but to replace our first choice goalkeeper, who is away now. I mean, come on. Unhappy as a result. There we go. Unhappy concerns over being replaced. I mean, come on. I'm not sure. I think I'll probably sell him. Same story as Massimo. His contract is running out the next summer. He isn't valued that high, so some club will buy him. And I think that's that, because they are the two. Actually, Massimo is devastated as an overall happiness. I don't think I've ever seen that. And Bradlow is also unhappy. So I think by next episode, these two divas will also be gone. Apart from them, everyone is very happy and whatnot. I think Jack Wilshere was the only semi-diva, because he started saying, hey, did you sign Sandro Tonali to replace me, man? And I said, what, Jack? Hell no. I mean, he isn't that far off the truth, but he doesn't have to know that, right? So he will be, his contract is also running out next summer. There we go. He's not a bad player, but he is injured all the time. Of course, I knew that. We all knew that when I signed him, but I admit I was blinded by the fact that Jack Wilshere was willing to come to Stuttgart. There you have it on camera. I admit my mistakes. I'm not too proud for that. But after all, I had to make him a promise that he will get a fair amount of playing time, which he has had by now. So if I go to home and promises, you can see that the promise fair increase in playing time, he is pleased with that at this point. So we have 62 days left to keep fulfilling the promise, and everything will be okay once again. Now, of course, that meant I had to go out for a quest for a new starting goalkeeper and a new starting right wingback. I did just that. Let's have a look at Benjamin Henrichs. He is our new starting right wingback. He is a 24-year-old German international. I signed him from Monaco for £4.1 million. They have bought him 2 years ago or 3 years ago for almost £18 million from Bayern Leverkusen. Wow. To be honest, I didn't really know this guy in real life, so I don't know about his reputation or whatnot. If you do, let me know down in the comments. I don't want a new Maffeo story on my hands. I think that's pretty clear. He has a 3.5-star current ability and a 4-star potential ability. Nothing spectacular. I mean, natural fitness 15. He's quite okay as far as pace goes. 13 in acceleration and pace. Stamina is okay. I think okay is like the summary of his player card. Now, he is not a fully natural, but he is accomplished right wingback. He can play as a complete wingback, as a wingback, you name it. So I think for that kind of money, I mean 4 million, I did a pretty good deal. And to be honest, there were not a lot of right wingbacks available on the transfer market, so I could go for another loanee. But I mean, he is making 105k a month, which is not too bad, to be honest. But so far, he has played great. He has given 2 assists in the preseason games, so fine with me. He is only 24. I think he could grow a little more into a more mature, maybe an all-rounded player. His mental stats will get better. His physicals are okay, and his technicals maybe we can work on through some training. Then a new goalkeeper came in, Ruben Blanco, from, let me see, Vigo in Spain for £5 million. Well, he is an awesome keeper, man. Can I still compare him with, Gregor Kobel? Let's just go over the list real quick, because I did sign a couple more players. This guy, Gianluca Ita, comes in for 3 million from Freiburg. He is our new backup left wing back. It's as simple as that. He has a 2.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. He's 22 years old. He's German, and he's a fully natural left wing back. There you go. Teamwork 16, work rate 15. He's quite okay in pace and acceleration. Natural fitness 15. Awesome stuff. Stamina is also good. I think he is the perfect backup for Borna Sosa on the left wing, in the left wing back position. Then we have new guy Neto, comes in for 450k from Brazilian side ATM Kaching. He is basically another spare right wing back, because Massimo will be leaving us, as I told you a minute ago. And this guy is pretty good, man. He's 18 years old. He's Brazilian. He will probably go out on loan because it's kind of a promise that I had to make him to bring him in for that kind of money. But look at this, first touch 15, passing 15. He's a 2-star current ability, a possible 4.5-star potential ability. Awesome. And still young and Brazilian. I mean, you had me at that, right? So I'm expecting a lot from this guy, although I might be loaning him out. Next up on the list is Oguzhan Baykara. He came from Mainz for £1 million plus Philip Foster in a player exchange deal. He is a new gen, so he is very young. He's 16 years old, German. He has a possible potential ability of 5 stars. And what drew me to him is pretty clear, I think. His determination is awesome, 16. Bravery, 17. Teamwork, 17. And I could go on because he is very young, as I mentioned. He is probably one of our future right wing backs for Stuttgart. So let's keep an eye out for his training and whatnot, his development. But I am expecting a lot from him, otherwise I wouldn't have paid him £1 million. Ruben Blanco, we have covered him. He is our new goalkeeper, and then coming in on loan, another right wing back because I signed Neto, but I will probably loan him out. So I needed another one on the right side of the pitch. Well, my fellow Belgian Thibaut Persine, or is it Persine? I don't know. I'm gonna say Persine if that's wrong. Sorry. 19 years old, Belgian, on loan from Inter. Current ability 2 stars. A possible potential ability of 4.5 freaking stars. He won't play that much because we have, of course, Hendricks and Stenzel also as backup number 1. Thibaut Persine will be backup number 2 on the right wing back position. Now, of course, since we have had some unexpected outgoing transfers, we are more than okay in the guacamole department. We still have a transfer budget left of more than 23 million. We have a bank balance of more than 90 million. We are loaded. And we have a very healthy buffer of almost or approximately £600,000 a month in our wage budget. So, I mean, we have a lot of money, to be honest, and I don't know if I need other players. I think we are okay at this point. We could do with a couple of players who provide us some more depth, but to be honest, I think if I'm going to buy more players, it will be like I did before, all those young talents that I have scouted and that I want to bring in for future use. It'll be more in that direction than actual first team players. So I can't make any promises. Probably the transfer window ends, September 1st or something? I don't know, to be honest. But then we will see if I made more changes or not. So here we are, the first game of the season at home against FC Augsburg. Tactical meeting, please. I'm not gonna go to defensive. Tackle harder. You know what? Let's just ignore all this and just go to our team selection. This is my new tactic, and I mean, I still have tactic number 1, which our main tactic of last season. And as you can see, not that much is different. Although, this tactic we normally play at balanced or even positive. It has a little bit of higher intensity, also because of that, of course. But if we have a quick look at what is going on behind the scenes, you will see why. We have pass in space, play out of defense, shorter passing, standard tempo, and sometimes we will be wasting some time. We're going to work the ball into the box. We play for set pieces because we are also training on that quite a lot. And creative freedom, we'll just leave it at that. In transition tab, when possession has been lost, we are going to counter press because we will want possession back. And when possession has been won, we're going to hold shape. So we are going to take our time. We are going to try and play controlling football. So far in the preseason, it turned out pretty well, even against Atletico Madrid, like you saw. So we will see where it leads us. Goalkeeper, distribute to center backs with short kicks, please. The out of possession tab, we are playing a higher defensive line because we once again have a libero who is kind of playing in cover over two central defenders. So that should/could cover this. And we're also playing a higher line of engagement because we are going to do some pressing because we want to have the ball back if we lose it. So there you go. Pressing intensity is more urgent. We're using tighter marking and all of those things, of course, make this intensity. It's not high. Don't get me wrong. It's still very much acceptable. But if we change it to positive, for example, you can see the red starting to come through there. So we will keep an eye out for that. That is basically the new tactic. I mean, we are not having ball playing defenders at this point, at least. We are having two central defenders in a defend role. We have a defend duty, sorry. We have a libero on a supporting duty. We have two wingbacks on a supporting duty. We have a box-to-box midfielder in a supporting duty and a deep-lying playmaker in that same duty. And then we have our attacking trio. We have Didavi in the attacking midfielder role in an attacking duty. Attacking pressing forward, which is Nicolas Gonzalez, of course. And then normally in my first tactic I used not here of course. I did it like this. I used a target man in Wamangituka, for example. But since we now have Arezzo, he is not really built to be a target man. He is more of an advanced forward or a poacher. So I have him at poacher now because I simply want him to make goals. That's it. Just stay up front. Here you can see it. Get further forward. Shoot more often. Just make the freaking goals, Arezzo. That's all I am asking you. I could change this to advanced forward, which is even deeper. That's what she said as a poacher. I'm gonna do it like this. You see, when you guys are watching, I always start to change things. So thank you for that. We do have two injuries. Mongala and Massimo are injured. Massimo, I couldn't care less. Mongala is a different story because normally he is in the box-to-box midfielder role. And Wilshire, who is suspended, normally is in the AM in the number 10 position role. So yeah, we basically have two of our main players in midfield not available today. Which sucks, but that is just the way it is. Let's get Endo in there on the bench. And that's going to be it. The squad to face Augsburg in our first game in Season 2. Blanco, new guy between the, goal posts? There we go. Blanco in goal. Chabot, Amadozic and Anton as our back three. Sosa and Hendricks on the wingback. Kovalenko and Tonali and Didavi as our midfield triangle. And striker duo, Gonzalez and new boy, Arezzo. Let's see, 3 players still lack some familiarity. Well, it is quite early in the season, so that is not that weird. And then we have a lot of green, man. Wow, pleased, nodded in agreement. I love this. Go to match, please. Let's have a look at the Augsburg squad, but probably, to be honest, don't really know anyone. We have no staff reaction, so let's go straight to the dressing room, pump fists, and just say, go out there and impress me. Some guys look somewhat motivated or inspired. Tunnel interview. Jack Wilshere is suspended. How big of an absence will he be today? Well, it's not ideal, but we are adapting and we believe we can go out there and freaking win. Daniel Didavi is set to make his 125th league appearance for the club. Just how much does he mean to everyone here? Well, let's throw out some good words for him. He's truly fantastic and I hope he marks the occasion with a top performance. The Mercedes-Benz Arena is ready to rock. We have an immediate highlight from kickoff. Come on, Tonali, do your thing. He is our new playmaker and basically our new best player on the pitch. That is why. Good ball to Gonzalez, and woohoo, that was a risky tackle. Did you see the ball from Tonali, man? That is what he is. That's what I'm paying him to do. Basically, that's it. New highlight for Augsburg this time. Iago now crosses it. That's an awesome tackle, and the highlight ends. But whoa, what a roller coaster. We are 2 minutes in, and this is already our third highlight. Come on, new guy, Ruben Blanco as our goalkeeper. Chabot, also a new guy, to Borna Sosa. Good ball to Gonzalez on the edge of offside, and wow, I think he broke the keeper's ankle with that shot. But nonetheless, no goal. Corner kick, Sandro Tonali with the in-swinging ball. Ooh, gets headed away. Kovalenko can't quite reach it. Richter, the Augsburg player, can, but Hendricks, awesome tackle. And the highlight ends. Next highlight, after almost 14 minutes of play, ball gets headed away, but it still falls to a Augsburg player. Gruezzo, Karl Kolgirl, I think it is, gets blocked, but it falls to Richter again, to Strobel. Ooh, that's a good ball, and we should be able to get a steal in just about now, but come on, man. Come on. Breathe down his neck. Let him know you are there. Yes, Gonzalez, good steal. Mr. Pressing forward. Didavi with the ball to Arezzo. Good determination, but one guy too many, and this is a long highlight, and I think that was, I was afraid of that, and we are 1-0 down. Ooh, what is happening? Was that offside though? I think it was just a mistake from our defender. Whoo, goal disallowed. Thank you, VAR. Let's have a look at that again, because that will be okay. Okay. Technology, gotta love it. Nonetheless, wow, that was a mistake, man. I hope I don't see that too often, to be honest. It is still 0-0. We are 25 minutes in. And, yeah, it's quite an even game. They even have more possession than we do. So I think I am going to go to positive. Let's first look at this highlight. Free kick gets headed away, falls to Gonzalez. Come on, man. Whoa. Oh, it's the post rebound. Wow, I think he was running out of gas by the time he had to shoot. Okay. Pause game. Let's first go to positive. Continue. Kovalenko now. Come on. Tonali to Chabot. Kovalenko back to Tonali. Yes, sir. What a ball to Arezzo. Whoa, Mr. Poacher. Mr. Advanced Forward could and maybe should have scored there. Okay, we have reached halftime and we came on strong at the end, but so far, no goal and it is still 0-0. Let's say hands in point finger maybe? Let's assertively say I am not happy. Okay, whew. Because that was risky though. Our team cohesion, or how do you call it, or hierarchy, or dynamics, that's the word, is not optimal at the moment because of all that diva behavior. So I have to be somewhat careful. Start second half though. Almost 60 minutes in, let's keep an eye out for fitness levels. But first, an in-swinging quarter with Sandro Tonali and new guy Julien Chabot. First goal of the season, and we are nailing set pieces, man. I am not even joking. In-swinging ball and Chabot, bam. No chance lands. I mean, this is probably the 5th goal I see on camera, or in a highlight, of course, from a set piece. So, good on us. Pause game. Let's do a substitution. Let's see. Didavi is not having his best game, but I have to really look who I have on the bench, because I could go for Schallenberg for Kovalenko, because Kovalenko is already booked. Should we do it like this? Schallenberg in the box to box? Okay. Confirm sub. Play ball. Should we praise him? Let's wait out this highlight and then do a shout at least. I'm not sure which one. Schallenberg with his first ball. To Sosa, gets it back to Gonzalez. Didavi, oh wow. Screamer, but just misses the target. Okay, let's scream. Nope, once again the highlight starts. Let's wait. Let's be careful with our screams, our shouts, I mean. Tonali with a risky ball, and it falls to Han, and nobody is attacking him, but okay. As long as he does that, I can imagine why. Didavi is starting to die, and Tonali also. So let's do our subs. I'm not gonna sub Tonali, man. No freaking way. I am gonna put I have literally no one on to put there. Can Renier? Okay, 2 stars. Renier is on the number 10 position. And I'm gonna leave Tonali. I don't want him to get injured, obviously, but I am gonna leave him on the pitch because he is so valuable for us. Couple of minutes left. Are we going to win our first game of the season? You know what? Now we'll do the substitution to win some time. And yes, sir, I know this screen is totally screwed up, but let's just look at the match stats. We didn't dominate the game. They have more possession, but we had more shots. And our XG score is literally double of that of Augsburg. So I think we can agree we kind of deserve to win. So let's say, well done, lads. Let's do no gesture because I'm not overexcited, to be honest. But we have won, so that was a good win for us. Everyone's inspired and motivated. Media reaction, please. No interview? Okay. Fans reaction? That was so dull. Thank you, Henry. Let's have another look. Needed to be more clinical in that match. Thought Chabot was good though. I agree. And I think Chabot made quite the impression because he is pretty much in every reaction here. Continue. Next episode we will be back for the Aberdeen game away, so the second leg in the 4th qualifying round in the Eurocup 2. But after that, simply because it's our first European game, that's basically why I want to show you that game. I think after that I am going to kick up the pace a little bit because I don't want to be spending another 10 episodes each season. So probably then we will be skipping several months at a time. It also depends, of course, how we do in the cup competition, how we do in Europe. That is basically the main factor here, to be honest. But just so you know that we might get into a little time warp starting not next episode, but the episode after that. So guys, that was it for today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you haven't seen my training guide video that I released yesterday, please go back, and if you're interested, have a look at that. I know it's 50 minutes long, but it has pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, all the info in there if you want to start doing every aspect of training yourself in Football Manager. That being said, if you have enjoyed today's episode, give me a big thumbs up on the video, subscribe to my channel, and whack on the notification button if you don't want to miss future releases like this or like yesterday's training guide. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you pretty soon.